Hey guys, moving forward on our tutorial and demonstrations, we're going to get into your first project assignment, which is an invitation with collateral. And so the demonstrations and everything that we're doing from here forward will be geared around real life client-based experiences that's going to prepare you not just for this project, but also for your future careers. And so what we're going to do is walk through the process, and I fortunately have made invitations. And so I'm going to share with you my process, and then the expectation is that you'll replicate this as you go through what you're doing in your assignment. So the first thing that you need when you are designing for someone is a client. And so what I want you guys to do is think about who your client is and what it is that they are advertising or trying to invite people to. And then you need to have that conversation with your imaginary client. What's your budget? Who is your audience? And make it as real life as you can. This is going to give you guys really great experience to help you build your career in design and graphics, and you can apply this both in virtual digital spaces and also even in real life tangible situations, even if it doesn't have to do with graphic design. So we're going to create a client and pick a client. Now I've got Pexels.com pulled up for you to see, and I've just put in client as a basic search engine keyword, and you guys can use whatever photo engine you want, but what I would like for you to do is provide a picture and a brief bio of who your client is, their age, their demographic information, the business that they have, and what type of event they have created that you are going to be designing an invitation for. And what I want you to do when you're thinking about this is think, okay, if I have to have two collateral pieces with this invitation, like what type of event would require collateral? Is it a lanyard for a conference and a folder? Is it buttons and stickers? Is it a tote bag? And so what is it that the client is offering to the people that attend their event, or an extra incentive to get people to come to the event? You really get to use your imagination here and make this something like a project that you really want to do and care about. But you need to begin with having a client. So Pexels.com again is a great source for free images, and so you can use this to go in and be inspired and look for people that you resonate with, and for the type of imagery that really speaks to you, and then maybe you can go from here. And a lot of these look like salon-based services because I put client, but this looks like a coffee shop, or maybe they're restaurateurs. And so you can really go in and use your imagination to not only create an imaginary client, but also their imaginary business or service or event that you're being invited to. The next step to do is to know their budget, and it's really important because it will control and the type of services that you provide, and the time that you spend on those services, and the format that you create in. Now, I'm going to show you and walk you through a sample that I did for a friend who got married, and we did invitations and we had collateral and there was a bunch of different stuff. So I'll walk you through that. But we began by looking at, like, she just knew she didn't want to spend a whole lot of money, and she needed a couple hundred invitations. So we talked through everything in a way that we were pricing stuff out as we went and making decisions. I think we only made like 100 invitations, and we chose 5x7. And the great thing about using sites, engines like smartpress.com, they provide instant quotes. And so we talked through our paper choices, and if we were printing on the front and the back, and then we didn't need to use any of these extra features, but they're great to know that they're there, because you will at some point need to have folding options. Or we did use matching envelopes and we printed on the envelopes, so we did use that portion. And so we used this to scope out what we wanted to do, and then we made adjustments. We initially were talking about doing like a really nice luxury 6x9, but when you started adding in extra envelopes and specialty paper. I think for her, we chose a uncoated white smooth, which was very nice for her project. And we did full color on front and back, and you can see the price rising up and up and up. And then we did matching envelopes in the same paper, so uncoated smooth white. And here's where it got sticky. If we did a 5x7, we only needed to use the A7, and that cost was pretty low. When we started jumping up to larger and larger and larger envelope options, one, we started losing options for matching, and then you also started adding increased expense. So those are things and scenarios that you want to work through with your client in order to keep price low. You see how much that dropped? $20 just for changing the size of your postcard or invitation. So you really want to work with your client and their budget. And then of course, this is the base price for cost. It doesn't include your design fees, which as a designer, you're going to want to charge for. And so it really is a good tool to use as you're thinking about the final product and staying on budget. So what I want you to do in the deck that you're going to build for your presentation is have a page that's devoted just to your client, and then have additional page that talks about the project. What is their event? What is their budget? And you can make adjustments as we go, and kind of, it would be great if you kind of set a budget in mind and then stuck to it, because it's good practice. But we also, you know, it's a class, and you have the ability to go back and edit and shift things and adjust as you need to, and we'll do that together. Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick a picture of Hannah and her now husband Tyler, and these are my clients. Here they are, Hannah and Tyler. And when Hannah first called me to talk about helping her out with her invitations, she had a few things that she wanted. She wanted invitations. She wanted a small business card size note to go in, because they were having a West Coast celebration following their East Coast wedding. And she also wanted me to design thank you cards for her, so that she had those that were ready to send out in advance. And she also needed to have programs for the day of event. And then we also ended up doing table numbers together, and I made a poster for her seating chart. So a lot of different things came out of the idea of just having an invitation, right? And that invitation wasn't a postcard. It had an envelope. So then we're also designing for the envelope as well. And I'm going to walk you through the process. She is super into nature, and she wanted something in the eucalyptus leaf world. And she had started a Pinterest board that she'd shared with me for some inspiration. Rebecca Quinn Design was my side hustle business that was not ever actually an LLC, and I have since rebranded myself, and I'm now Barking Dogs Creative. But I'm going to show you everything that I did for Hannah, so that you guys can see how this works with a real live client. So this is, again, in InDesign. I created a deck for her. I started out with my own personal company logo, and then I had an introduction page that had my client, the project that we were doing. This was our first presentation with a date, and then my logo again. And then this became the formatting that I used. You can see down here, there's a line with a page number, and then also the information just to summarize, so that every slide in the presentation, everybody could know, one, what order or where they were at in the presentation, and a reminder like, oh, this is just our first look. So I took some pictures from her Pinterest board and inspiration, some other things that I found that were along those same lines, and I added them to this virtual mood board that I put into the deck as an inspiration page. And it helps when you have a client conversation, so that you were all aligned on the ideal direction that you want to go. And so the expectation for your project is that you are going to provide a deck and present it in deck form. You're going to show me your client. You're going to show me your client's project or their event that we're creating the invitation for. And then you and your imaginary client are going to have some inspiration for things that you want to do. So then, based on this inspiration, I physically painted with watercolor a couple different designs for her, a couple different leaf motifs for her to choose from that she could add and combine, or just use separately. And then most people, if you're not in the design world, are not very visual. So you would look at this and say like, oh, well, that's a pretty leaf, but then I don't know how that would fit into the actual storytelling. So then I went in and actually used each one of those elements to create invitation, program, the front of the thank you card, the business card. So she had mock-ups of what the invitation could be, right? So she'd already given me some information that I had to work with, but I didn't have any information for the program. And so I used Lure Epsom as I was creating the program layout. And again, the program could have been any size, but because we were on a budget, we looked at what would be efficient use of money with SmartPress that would get us a good quality product and hold the content that we needed, and also meet our requests of super low budget. Okay, so then this was a second concept. So it was the second illustration, and I layered the leaves over one another, and so it created this framing type situation with the invitation and all the collateral. And this was an alternative approach to having the frames. And so that's kind of what I provided for her. She wasn't super jazzy about this color palette. She liked more of the cooler colors. And so we went with that. On the last page of my deck, I made sure she knew how to email me in order to give me feedback. And so then we just hopped on a call and went from there. And we will continue to progress as we go through the tutorial. You'll see that she made a decision, and we decided to go in the way of direction 2, but then she also wanted to add her own pictures. And so what I'm going to do in the next tutorial is show you how I built this deck so that you guys can get started with creating your persona and also building out your own deck.